Hey everybody, welcome to episode 64, where I'm sitting on the floor installing tortoises on the lower deck. Well, I managed to goof and burn out the headlight on the steam locomotive. So until I can figure out how to get that housing open right there and put a new LED in there, I'm kind of stuck on that one. I think I'm going to end up calling Bachman tomorrow and see if they can give me any hints. In the meantime, I had found, too bad I didn't find it before Christmas, this Christmas Express 2001 boxcar that I bought somewhere along the lines. It's an AccuRail kit, and it's kind of cool. They did a couple of goofy things with it. For one thing, there's this brighter green undercarriage, which I can paint black, but it's going to be a Christmas car, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. And also, there's no like even faked up imaginary data plates on this, and no like, you know, road name or anything, or, you know, not anything like XMAS or anything like that, you know. So anyway, but I've already glued some of the details on the bottom of it. Of course, it's an old kit, and these old kits never had good wheels in them. They never had good couplers, but you know, I got plenty of couplers and wheel sets, so I'm just going to go ahead and equip it with some newer stuff. And then I'll have a nice little addition to my Christmas train. So next year, when I go to do a Christmas train video, you know, it can be a little more filled out. Now that rolls good, but that does not. I wonder if I need to use my truck tuner, or you know what? That's a metal axle. Let me see if I got some. Let me see if the plastic axle works better. Oh, there goes the garbage on the floor. Great. Hey, that spins nicely. Okay, cool. Let's do the other one up that way as soon as I pick the parts off the floor. Most of these I'm probably going to throw in the trash anyway, but you know. All right. So let's see, there's the other truck. Walther's wheels with plastic axles. I think I had some different variations of these laying around. So, yep, spin, spin. Looks good. They also used pins. These little pins is something that AccuRail used to do back in the day. I don't think their newer kits have this. We'll see how that fits, but yeah, that fits all right. If this was a car that I ran all the time, I'd replace these with two -56 screws. You know what? Before I do that, I'm going to put a coupler in this thing. Whee! Give me a whisker coupler. I've got, these are also a coupler box cover that just has a pin on it, so it doesn't really, I've had some experience with these coming off. So once I am satisfied with where the coupler is, I might come back and put some glue on it. Although that one's a lot tighter than any other one that I've ever played with. I must have dropped the other box cover on the floor though, because it sure as heck ain't there. And what I did with that. Oh, hey, it's right in front of me. What do you know? So I'm going to have to take that pin equipped truck off of there, which is not what I was planning on doing. Right? And you always want to make sure when you put these on that you get you're doing it upside down. You want that uncoupling pin to be in the right spot. You know, yeah, that's pretty good. For the time being, I might just end up leaving it that way. As soon as I find a pin for the other, there it is, for the other truck. Can you guys see what I'm doing? I think you can. I mean, this is pretty rudimentary stuff. If you've been a modeler for a while, you've probably seen all this anyway. But nonetheless, I hope you're finding this enjoyable. And there we have a older car that's now upgraded with some metal wheels and some decent couplers. And let's give it a quick 050 on the layout. Ready, set, there we go. Suppose I should go catch up. But it didn't sound like it derailed. Nope. Rolls pretty good. I like that. Working more on the Aberdeen Yard, and I've got this turnout basically installed. I'm gonna make it pretty with a quick stick later. In the meantime, I'm gonna put in some more feeders because I don't want the electrical dropping out. And this wire, some stuff I got a quote-unquote deal on. It's a stranded wire. I usually don't like using stranded wire for this. So I've tinned the end of the stranded wires, so when I push them through the holes for this 22 gauge wire that I made, it won't be nasty. I'm putting a white one in there. What am I doing? So another blue wire. And so I'm putting feeders, of course, on every in and out, inside and outside rail route on this yard lighter. It's probably overkill, but I really hate to see locomotives stall going through turnouts. I've gone through and filed off the bevels on these rails, and I'm going to use some isopropyl and clean this one once I get those wires in place. And I need both hands for that, so I'm going to stop recording. As it turns out, I somehow missed filing off the edges of one of these rails. I really made it annoying. Now I got to line up the second turnout, and it's amazing how strong a pair of feeders can be when it comes to getting a turnout in place, how well they can actually hold it. And I gotta look and see if I've got my rails cut the way I want them. There's a little bit of gap there. And so I'm gonna put down the phone and tinker. Okay, it turns out the ends are close enough that when I spike this in, I should be good and engage. My next adventure is going to be to mark this tie for its center hole for the throw bar, and then mark the place here that I want to drill for the frog feeder. So that's as far as I'm getting tonight. I still need to clean the turnouts and install a tortoise for that second one that's mostly in the middle right there. And install some feeders on the far end of it. Okay, I just finished putting the tortoise in place over here, but and I stuck some track on the end of that first switch, and I've got this lightweight hopper over here that loves to derail, so I'm gonna see how that works well for that one. That other track is not attached, so I've got to make some feeders there. It just so happens there's a brace right about here, so I can't really put that turnout there and have a tortoise underneath. So I'm going to put a little spacer in there and move it out far enough that it'll work on the other side of the brace, I think. Okay, to kind of keep some sanity in my connections, I've got a couple lever nuts up here that are holding some wires together, and there's a couple more slots on these, actually 3. One of them will serve as kind of the input for a bus wire coming along, and one will come out to the next thing, which there may not be a next thing. I think this might be the end of this. Yeah, I think it's the end of this area, but anyway, so I could probably use a 1-notch smaller one here, but anyway, and then I'll be able to run one wire out of here to this tortoise for the left and right on here that'll feed that green wire, which of course is the frog. At least I think that's what I'm going to do. I may try some different connectors and see if there's a concept I actually like better. Well, I think I'm going to stop adding to this video and upload it. I've gotten 2 tracks active in this yard, in the Aberdeen Yard here, although that's loose interpretation. I've had mostly indecisionitis or analysis paralysis when it comes to this yard. I keep trying to find out, I think, make something that's not going to happen here. And I just need to remember my own rule that it's going to be cool no matter what I do. So, anyway, hope you guys have enjoyed episode 64. Let me know if you have any questions or comments in the comments. And take care and have fun with your trains out there. Till next time.